ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. My name is Joni Campbell, and I'm a student from the Bus Stop Films filmmaking class, run by Genevieve Clay-Smith and supported by Monica Power and Susan Trent. Tonight, I'll be talking to you about what we learned about filmmaking and the process we went through to make our film Kill Off. However, before I start, I would like to thank Bus Stop Films, Sydney Community College, Family and Community Services, the Flagstaff Group, and the Sherry Hogan Foundation for their support and commitment to providing courses that are suitable for people with a range of abilities and their vision for an Australian film industry that is authentic and inclusive. Over the past year, 12 students, including myself, with an intellectual disability, have participated in the filmmaking course run by Bus Stop Films. Firstly, we were introduced to the term mise en scène, which is French for what's in the frame. It consists of images and colours that symbolise the feelings and ideas of the characters. We also learned about cinematography, which is the art of photography and camera work in filmmaking. On a chilly Saturday morning, we were lucky enough to go to ACF, the Australian Cinematographers Society, where we got some hands-on experience with different cameras and lenses. We looked specifically at the effects of lighting on a scene and how this creates the mood. For example, there was a scene of a man in a house. He was standing at the bottom of the stairs holding flowers, and there was a light on upstairs. When the scene was lit with warm-coloured lighting, such as red, it created the illusion of romance. But then the lighting was changed to cooler colours, like blues and blacks, and it immediately made us think it was a horror scene. An extension of this is the use of black and white lighting in film noir. Additionally, we were told that a nighttime scene or a daytime scene doesn't actually mean the scene was filmed at that specific time of day. Often the illusion of time is created with backdrops and lighting. We are very honoured to have Panavision as sponsors of our project, and Paul Jackson and Andrew Collier invited us to visit their camera rental house in Lane Cove. There we were taken through the history of many different cameras and learnt that cameras that were worth $500,000 10 years ago are now practically worthless. With ever-improving technology, they're quickly outdated. We used a special camera to film a balloon full of water, popping in ultra slow motion. Wow! It was amazing to see each droplet of water suspended in mid-air, still forming the shape of the balloon, even though the actual balloon had peeled away. It looks like an ice sculpture, and that is the magic that can be achieved when filming at 2,000 frames per second. We learnt our crew roles, such as action, and had a turn at pushing the dolly and working together to control its many moving parts when filming close-up and then pulling back for larger scenes. Directing is another huge thing we learnt about. A film director is the person who controls a film's artistic and dramatic aspects and visualises the script while guiding the technical crew and actors in the fulfilment of that vision. The director has a key role in choosing the cast members, production design, and the creative aspects of filmmaking. Then we learnt about production design. We met a lovely gentleman named Lee, who was a production designer. And here is a fun fact for everyone. Lee actually worked on the video for Let's Get Ridiculous by Red Food. Like, OMG! Lee explained that a production designer is in charge of creating the sets and the props and ensuring they're in the correct place at the correct time. We also learnt about genres and what to expect from them. For example, if a movie has suspense, objects flying around on their own, and has you squeezing your friend's hand and jumping in fright at every sound, then it's probably a horror movie. If a movie has two people who fall in love and don't end up together for whatever reason, then it's a romance. Woo woo. And if a movie is absolutely hilarious and makes you laugh so much you almost pee your pants, then it's comedy. A definite highlight for me was the opportunity to meet and work with the amazing and truly inspirational woman, Jamie Brewer. Jamie is a young, very talented actor with Down syndrome who stars in the TV series American Horror Story. And she also plays the lead role of Sonia in our film Killer. I was blown away at how she brought the character of Sonia to life and took her from a bunch of lines on paper to a real person. At one point, the character Sonia breaks down and cries with her sister, and I looked around and noticed that the room was silent and we were all crying too. In addition to acting and modelling, Jamie has worked tirelessly for the removal of the word retarded from state legislation in Texas. It has now been replaced with the term people with disability. Jamie is a reminder to us all to believe in ourselves and our dreams, and having a disability should never define us. The style of dance that is used to tell a story through dance and not words is called crump.
Yeah!
And that's what our movie is about. During our filmmaking classes, we have the wonderful privilege to learn from Mark, aka Big Shutdown, who was a professional crumper. He gave us loads of lessons on how to crump, and we even chose our own crump names. And mine is Lady Lightning Strike because I'm fast. Towards the end of our course, we were so fortunate to visit Big Bang Sound Design, where we met the guys that did the sound for movies such as Happy Feet, Mad Max Fury Road, the Lego Movie, and plenty more. They showed us how they made the sounds in the Lego Movie, many of which were done with the human voice. And it was amazing to discover that the punch sound effects were achieved by punching heads of lettuce. That is definitely one I want to try the next time I make a salad, so lettuce, you better watch out! However, the absolute highlight for me was the weekend we spent in Indendura shooting our film. Tonight, I have touched on the many and varied learning experiences we had during the course, and in Indendura, we were able to bring it all together and have hands-on experience in a variety of roles. In the weeks leading up to the shoot, we selected roles that we wanted to experience. And I chose director, first assistant director, production designer, and also assisting with hair, makeup and costumes. Some of us were even able to be extras in the film. It was so cool for us to experience being behind the scenes and how much work was involved in shooting a movie. It was rainy and cold, but as professionals, we all conquered it. We enjoyed meeting and getting to know the crew, and by the end of the weekend, they become our second family. I also had the unexpected, truly beautiful experience of watching my peers as they gained confidence and blossomed. It was definitely a weekend well spent, and I have dear memories that will remain with me always. Looking back over the past year, being part of the filmmaking course has really changed my life. I was always interested in acting and filmmaking, but now it is the passion that drives me. and in the future I hope to work on more short films. The encouragement I have received from Genevieve and her team, as well as the opportunities they have provided, have seen me take on challenges and then go on to set challenges for myself. I have also learned a lot from my fellow classmates about valuing teamwork and listening to everyone's thoughts and suggestions. Being in an inclusive and supportive environment has helped me to gain confidence. I've learned to have an open mind, a positive attitude, and to believe in myself. I've discovered that just because I have a disability doesn't mean I can't do it, and to not let that define who I am and stand in the way of my hopes and dreams. To put it simply, I've had an amazing year. I've made friends that have become a big part of my life, and it's wonderful to be here with them all tonight, sharing in the excitement of premiering our film. So now, without further ado, I would like to present the film Kill Off, along with a short documentary that shows a little of our journey on the filmmaking process. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as we have enjoyed making it. Thank you.